I went to UT in Austin for undergraduate, and then medical school I went to UT Medical Branch in Galveston.
Okay.
And then for residency I went to UT Houston for residency.
Where did you go to school?
For medical school, I went to actually college. I went to University of Texas at Arlington, and went to medical school at University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio.
What skills or characteristics do you feel contribute to the most success in this industry?
Probably communication.
Okay.
And a good memory.
Very nice. And why is that?
Well, because there's a lot of stuff to keep in your brain, but you can be as smart as you want to be, but if you can't communicate why you're doing something, then people aren't going to trust you as a doctor.
And then what skills or characteristics do you think contribute most to success in this industry?
Well, to be a physician, you have to be caring. You have to kind of do it for the right reason. These days, you don't really do it for the money, although you make a good living for the most part, but you do it because you want to help people and you want to have a commitment to taking care of people.
What is the most important thing that someone wanting to enter this career would need to know or should know?
The most important thing that you should know entering this career. That's a tough one. You know, it's hard because I don't think anybody knows what being a doctor is like until you're a doctor.
Absolutely.
So you have to want to teach people and talk to people, and know that if you don't like to do that, then you probably should be in a field that you don't have to, like radiology or.
Okay.
So I would say that you just kind of have to know what you're good at, and kind of follow that pathway. There's ways to be doctors where you can do different things, but you know, you have to know something about yourself to know where to go.
Yeah, definitely. So. What is the most important thing that someone wanting to go into this career should know?
I think you have to know what you're getting into as far as the commitment that it takes to be good at what you're doing and be a doctor. You know, you can't just do it for the money. You have to do it for the right reason, which is honestly have a commitment to keeping people healthy, making people well, helping them through tough times when they have an illness. Those are the things that I think are necessary.
How many hours a week do you work?
Right now, probably, if you count on call, probably about 35 hours a week. It's actually not too bad. But during residency, 80 to 100 hours sometimes a week.
And how many hours per week do you work?
On average, probably 50 to 60 hours a week. On average, sometimes more, depends if I'm on call or not. But typical work days, leave the house by 6:45, 7, get home about 6:30.
What part of the job would you say is the most challenging?
I don't like the stress of feeling like I might make a mistake and somebody could be hurt because of it.
Absolutely.
Or I might miss something.
Definitely. What part of the job would you say is most challenging?
I think nowadays healthcare is gotten very complicated. It's a lot, the paperwork and the amount of work you have to do just to take care of people takes a lot longer, a lot more paperwork, a lot of bureaucracy. In order to get things for people, you have to go through a lot of work, and people who are less qualified than you are telling you you can't do something when you know that's what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And that's very frustrating.
I'm sure.
Ultimately, you want to take care of the patient as best you can with the resources that they have, and that can be challenging many times these days.